Hello and welcome. Today we have a 2 versus 2 versus 2 on the Dark Hearth, featuring Bades going Aeon and Zelfa going Cybran, and Nikwilich going Cybran and Zwiskau going Aeon, and Oalis UEF and Draculium UEF. So let's speed it up and see what this guy decided to do. Of course, I won't expect that much early aggression because then if you start poking someone, the other one will poke you back, etc. So I expect a kinda Nico game. So Draculion decided to move his SCU to the middle. No, actually to the island. Wants to try to secure this island, while other players are sitting in their base apart from Zelfa, that is kinda trying to do the same and move his SCU on the island. Just engineers in the middle try to take advantage of the early reclaim and try to set up a base there. Over units from Zwiskau, couple of Aeon tanks and an engineer here reclaiming, I think. And now starting a factory. So it's slightly earlier than this engineer. This island kinda uncontested with this SCU, and this island similar. We have a couple of engineers try to do something, but probably they will just take reclaim and that's it. Okay, let's slow down a bit. Now we have Zwiskau. They decide to move his ACU not in to take this island, but directly south. Maybe try to deny the navy production, I don't know. That's odd that you expose your SU like that just at the beginning. But he has a decent spam of Auroras following him, so he's not completely unprotected. Not much air game. There is an air factor here built up, but he's mostly ecoing, I guess. But that has a huge burst in mass income. Okay, start of navy from Zalfa. That has a few mantis here that they are not doing much, and this is on an upgrade. Here this ACU is kinda almost made land. He has 5 Auroras with him, and he managed to deny these 2 maxis, and he's there already with an engineer, so nice play. Center Highland, we have Nikwilich that's managed to sort of a base with just 1 land factory though. There are a few over units from Baydets, and another sort of over unit push from the side, try to breach this beach, but there is an ACU, so not much they can do. And now Aulex decide to spam some navy too. He has a couple of the land factory out with 3 frigates against 2 frigates from Aeon versus UEF. Now we have a couple of bombers out, but Zwiskau decided to make land, and just being greeted by a point defense blasting in his face, and he decided to retreat towards his closer to his base in front of Oalis navy production. There are still bombers harassing him, and he lost navy at the moment. So these frigates they don't have strong torpedoes, so probably they don't even have torpedoes. So that's good for him. On the top side, nothing really much happening. We have tech 2s out from Nikwilich, TMDs protecting his base. And let's see what's the plan. Start spamming a strong naval production now, because he realized that his mate that he probably was doing is not really winning it. And he has to defend himself also, because there are 5 subs here ready from Zalfa. Now Aulex decided to push towards the weak team, because he just realized that they don't have that much navy. If not, they would have done something about it. And there is also some bomber harassment to the power. Yeah, 3 powers down. Zwiskau has plenty of power still, but better than nothing. Still another 3 power down and damage other 2, so nice bombing. 100 power less for Swiss Cow. That is still... Whoa. He's wasting mass, actually. And this bomber, they are dominating and it doesn't have any planes anymore, so this plane are just camping their factory. And we got a couple of frigate on his back, and he's not really microing his unit properly. And these Tech 2 Maxes are stalling his power, I think. No, not really. Still just floating now. Finally pushed out a flag, and the Navy production is okay. His SCU decided to come back here and build a couple of Maxes and probably at base. The central island is firmly inside of Nikolic. He set it up his base as a Tech 2 factory, lots of units. So these Max Strato are gonna give him some decent boost, especially because he has to catch up on Navy. So not Tech 2 Navy yet for neither of these players, it seems like. While Zalfa decide to start a base up here with a stealth and a TM launcher. But there are a couple of TMDs here. This Tech 2 power could be a good target. Let's see. Ooh, decide to go for the normal power grade. Well, there is a Tech 2 power there undefended. So bad targeting. And now Zalfa decide to push with his sub force. 6 sub, now 5. But Nikolic has the torpedo upgrade, seems like. Yeah. Cybran of course had the advantage of the torpedo upgrade that you can do to your commander, and it's like, I don't know really how much damage it does, similar to Tech 2 sub I assume. But definitely lots of hit point. And now we got an artillery, that looks like an artillery shot. Yeah, an artillery shot, nice. I love this game with artillery. Sometimes, oh fuck, it's too much mass, Tech 2 art, you're a noob. But in a situation like that, when the other person's base is completely undefended, that he doesn't have any shield, that's the best thing that can do damage. Because when missile launcher are out of range, so you need the artillery. Artillery allow you to remove the TMD and then TML maxes. So down here now, this push has been defended, of course, and then here there is a counter push from Swiss Cow against Aulex that he hasn't really decided to build that much more navy. Draconium started straight away with Tech 2 eco. It's like best eco at the moment, not really for power but for mass. And now they decide to get into the game. Tech 2 max is all around here. Some protection and air protection, radar minimal. And the point defense here to protect from Auroras. On the top we have now this Tech 1 Navy that is harassing this forward base of Zalfa. And seems like his Tech missile launcher is still alive and it doesn't have missile though. And now he's pumping out Tech 2 point defenses, but his Navy production has been demolished. There is a counter push from Bades, from Blazes that are floating units, and they can attack while they are floating, while for example Wagner are submerged. They are a really useless torpedo, so they can be hit only by torpedoes. And now this cruiser though, there are no any sort of defenses, and well, there are a couple of shields but not TMDs. And these two artillery are really big investments, so you wanna try to keep them. So now this Tech 2 tank force managed to make Nikolic retreat with his cruiser that seems still here. 3 kills at the moment, not that much. And definitely these tanks are doing their job. Probably some died in the process. Random flag flying around there. So on the southern side we have a little bit of harassment from Swissco against Aulex. Maybe he tried to deny this production. There are a couple of torpedoes up. But yeah, these Tech 2 tanks, there are not that many, only 2. We'll see what they can do. Sorry. The Naval factory is not producing anything. and he's spamming over tank on his own reptiles. This cruiser is still there, killing stationary target as best as he can, now focusing on artillery, and shield is down. If he would have focused the shield would have been dead, so you wanna try to focus the shield in this case. Yeah, nice job. This one is gonna die, and soon this one is gonna follow. Cyber shield not really that great. And again, artillery try to get rid of TMTs and things like that. TML launch, the was here has been killed, so no TML anymore, but you want to protect those artilleries. And they're still doing damage to Nikolic base, killing, well, not really that much at the moment. Now we have a destroyer, Salem, from Zalfa. Try to... Yeah, his Navy production has not been shut down actually, because it was protected by this texture force that is still there. So nice job, but there is a torpedo CU that is not being hit by this tank, but can go and snipe this Salem off. And now we have also an Exodus. Exodus are really good against static target because they have highest DPS, but they can be easily dodged. So you wanna fight with Exodus in close combat or long range base damaging like he's doing. Still, these shields are holding up, not being focused. And this tank are retreating. The Salem has been killed probably by Nikolic. On the southern side we have one destroyer here guarding Oasis production, and mass income Baides and Draculum are on top. Baides not really doing that much navy, he still has his deck 1 here, and is mostly focused on tech 2 over tank spam. Now the ACU from Nikolic that has the torpedo crate is pushing, of course. Let's try to get rid of this destroyer and then start killing the build capacity and deny the navy production. And Baides needs to go into the navy game. This base now seems getting weaker and weaker with time, and of course Zalfa is spending a lot of resources on trying to keep this up. One artillery went down, should reclaim this one, is a nice chunk of mass that can give you a decent boost. Yeah, Zalfa need no. Yeah, Zalfa desperately needs that mass. Okay, second destroyer out for the Akuyun, just using them as protection and echoing as much as he can. He has a Tech 3 sonar. You can see what's going on. And this base now is being focused still by one destroyer that is sitting on 50 point, and one Tech 2 cruiser and the Exodus. Shields down, but slowly one goes up, but the one in front now is down. And that Zalfa steep keep building shield. Luckily he has the Tech 2 CU, so decent amount of build power, yes. So still 3 shield up, but now both the artillery are down. I think there is only one Tech PD, so there is not much. Yeah, this tech missile launcher kinda recover. There still has one missile now inside. Can be used, but Nikolic mass production has been really lowered down quite badly. There is a lot of reclaim here, so people are surviving on reclaim. And Nikolic now on his upgrade, probably getting a tech 2 too. This artillery needs to shoot at this base, or this navy. Now on the south we have some more tech 1 bomber harassment, but now there is flag here and it's not gonna do that much. And we got combat fighter, really strong anti-air unit, just floating around. And now Swiss decide to, since this base has been broken, there are 2 destroyers dead, almost dead because yeah, this ACU. So they decide to move the Exodus class destroyer south and is meeting against Valiant. So if micro Valiant should be better. Now decide to build, well, this destroyer is still doing damage, try to kill engineers, 5 engineers killed. But now this base is gonna be demolished and lots of Tech 2 mechs is there. But yeah, definitely these two teams are not fighting each other that much, so there is all two teams against one. Even said that this team is not really that much, mostly eco. Badets and Draculium both ecoing really hard, while Nikulic is low and the Swiss Cow is slow too. While Hoalis and the Zelf are kinda in the middle. Hoalis still probably seems like he's lost these maxes or no one had them before. This Tech 2 force from Hoalis is trying to do some damage against the Navy. Lots of Tech 2 tanks here. Also from Draculium. They have to push back and try to kill this base capacity now as Swiss Scout CCU is back at base. Actually the top base is still up, this destroyer is still up, and yeah, Zelfa just retreated back to these maxis, trying to protect his maxis with a stealth field. And now still destroyer who's their range to kill this big capacity that had reclaimed most of the mass. Nikulic 13,000 reclaim, Swiss Cow 14,000 reclaim, and the other player are around 7,000. Yeah, well I haven't checked by that. Yeah, even less. So definitely they had the best reclaim possibilities. And this base also has been killed by, I don't know exactly what, probably those destroyers. And multiple attacks against Wiskow and Nekulic eventually will break them. We have Tech units now in Wiskow base, but that could be some more other reclaim for them. Now the naval production of Nikulic is demolished almost. He's just left with a couple of Tech 1 factory. This cruiser is still sitting there on 11 kills. Their main production facility of Swissco is down here. It's producing very slowly, so probably must only like minus 79, so it's going to get less than half speed. But he has a Tech 3 max. These two probably were two Tech 2 that were demolished. Now we have factory stars going down, and yeah, try to defend with one single Jester and a point defense here on the back. Now lots of reclaim here for them, and we have a Tech 3 bomber for Oelis. Whoa. And it's gonna bomb, what? I don't know. Actually, Zwiska was Tech 3 Air before his Tech 3 Air production was completely shut down. Oh no, there's are Tech 2. Oh, these are Tech 2, they are just as swift, sorry. So, wow, they are fast, they looks like ASF, but they aren't. Okay, so they managed to defend here. But now we have a Tech 2 shield, shield of any kind from Draculium, and Oeli is still sticking to his Tech 1 to absorb damage. Now we have a push on the south, and the Badets is harassing Garbinger on the shore, and he has a couple of artillery as defense, and this massive Tech 2 force here also that is looking pretty scary. Like almost 30 tanks there. 26 obsidian are a lot. Draculium sitting on his Tech 3 Air, he has a TMDs, not really land units here in base because he sent his land unit somewhere there and they died, I think. Lots of destroyers out now. 3 destroyers out at the moment. This push has been denied by Tech Point Defense. The Aurora managed to kill the first one, but the second one plus shield and everything to build his to protect his Tech 2 max that now start capping. And still Badets and Draculium are really close together, and now OL is secured quite a lot. It's probably upgraded this everything to Tech 2. Yes, still relatively unprotected. And now there are 4 Exodus now killing that shield. And when the shield goes down, if you don't micro against those, one volley is gonna kill one of your units. We have another one coming. We still have some Max's Strator not taken. Nikulic still at 25 mass income. All these maxis have been destroyed by probably cruisers. And now we have destroyers, 4 destroyer marching on the back of Zwiskau base. I don't even know if this SU is able to defend against that. So first naval production down, and still 4 destroyer. One just reinforced the rank, a couple are damaged. And the cruiser also is doing damage, but if these tanks have a really close combat, they will kill them because they don't have really defenses against close combat. They just have a big, massive alpha blast. So nice job with the Tech 2 tanks from Aulex. And now we have these 4 destroyer, 5 destroyer entering the harbor of Zwiskau, where there is the main navy production. And is this SEU is trying to do damage, killed one. But there are torpedo firing back at him, and when he goes out of, it will probably even get worse. One Exodus destroyer is being pulled out, try to defend. And yeah, Baydets is all Tech 3 now, 145 mass income, huge eco. And this SEU is probably gonna die. And we have even Tech 3 air in form of broadsword harassing Zwiskau. So both this unit and this... oh well. Nikulic is still alive. He's actually managed to defend this push because probably Zelfa hasn't microed his destroyer that well. And as Zwiskau managed to pull out a couple of destroyers. But now we have the Tech 3 Navy from Zelfa. A Galaxy battleship power. Not the best, but still long range and pretty effective. And yeah, Zwiskau got killed by Tech 3 air. He had Tech 3 land, but it's not enough. And now we see another fight, because the Zelfa has only this battleship out, while Draculium and Aulex have some decent navy. Well, mainly Draculium. Aulex has just Tech 1 just to take damage containment, and we have a drop just to clean everything up for Arbis. And now this base is up of the taking, reclaim, and of course Aulex nice place sending is the first transport, but those Arbingrim are here to reclaim too, since they can reclaim. So it's way tougher than an engineer. Now we have first sort of engagement. Still this battleship has been untouched almost. Valiant for Aulex pushing, and the long fire with cruisers and shield and destroyer from Draculium. But still the firepower of this Galaxy should be enough to beat one shield. I don't know if it's enough to beat 2 shields. And we have an armor creep, so this is perfect to get rid of shields. But the torpedo unfortunately are attacking the side of this island, and they're not really effective. You have to wait for your target to be here in order to, so you're not really using that well the range from this arm. But I still keep creeping. Yeah, that's oh no, TMD's here actually against the cruisers. That's odd. Okay, now, well, Nikulic has just his SEU. Left with his SEU. And that Zelfa is the one that doesn't have that much eco. So he has to do something and come here, take the max. Why Draculium is top now, with a lot of power. Probably he has RAS. I'll buy that. Seems so that he doesn't have RAS, but he has an Omen class battleship on his name with 7 subs. So you haven't seen the naval game of this guy from the beginning. He hasn't produced nothing, and the first unit that he produced is a Tech 3 battleship that he used. So that's gonna do damage. There are other tanks brought in, try to arrest this battleship in close range. We have a cruiser to protect, and these subs are gonna screen for any Navy units that is trying to approach this battleship. And of course, really smartly he has placed a couple of artillery here, so this artillery will be good. And he has his tech to land the unit on his own. So this is really a good game of combining all land and navy in order to push your enemy against you, and then take all his forces in mass and reclaim them and make more units. So Draculium tried to send one single tank down here, but this cruiser and random artillery won't be a problem for them. On the top, nothing going on. They're trying to share this island, and yeah, probably these are that they were here when brought back or something like that. And Aulex is doing a nice job of cleaning every build capacity that is reclaimed, but majority of the stuff has been reclaimed. There is still some reclaimed down here. So let's see, reclaims Aulex 17, it's Alpha 21, and he's power stolen like madness. He needs more power. He's the lower one in power. Well, apart from Nikulic, that he was trying to upgrade or something. I was trying to dodge. Well, he survived 32 minutes at least. Not too bad. And now we have 6 RB approaching Draculium's base on the side. And now we have a battle cruiser fight. Battle cruiser followed by an order of Tech 2 tanks. We have a Tech 3 PD up. That's gonna do a lot of damage on that battleship. This battle cruiser is retreating. And those arms now have killed all the defensive structure. There is one brick actually. No, they are bricks, not arrows, sorry. So this battleship has been destroyed, and there is another being in production. So the summit in this case is not great because they can be easily dodged, and the fire rate is relatively slow. While a battleship, a battle cruiser is a perfectly anti-naval, and with his beams are really tough. Yeah, the Neptune. This one is way better against this type of assault than the battleship. Now we have a nice amount of bricks pushing, and this statue sub force is still there, killing destroyers and cruisers. And we have another flank maneuver from Zalfa, sending his Galaxy battleship on the back, flanked by 4 destroyers for protection. So Aulex decided to move the battleship back because he needs to defend this part. And this sub have been cleaned up somehow. No, these subs are still here. Harassing this battle cruiser is gonna go down. And these bricks are approaching. This tech 3-point defense won't be enough. Do like 1/3 of the health of a brick for each shot. We have some tech 3 here to defend, and the major tech 3 naval assault still from the back incoming. But there are battleship and battle cruiser to defend, so it was not a great idea moving your Exodus when you know that there are 3 or 4 battle cruisers to be just still here and deny everything from here. And especially if it's not being microed. Boom. You see? Boom. Yeah, the UEF Navy is amazingly strong against stationary targets. Now even shooting from the other edge of the map, the other edge of the little island. So this brick push has done quite a lot of damage. One tech 3 power down, this one resisted somehow. And 4 artillery, earth defense, some rebuilding that has to be done. I'm amazed how this tech 3 point defense is still here with 11 kills. So really nice job at defending from Draculium invaded Draculets. While no Baldets is in Zelfa, so will be Zelfeds and Draculis. Whoa, what is that? Monkey Lord! Oh, I haven't noticed that at all. I wasn't looking at the bases for ages, and the Monkey Lord inside Draculius base, looking for the ACU, is just demolishing everything he can before the ACU from Draculium is back here. By Zico has taken a nice hit. Aulex, 350 mass income, Jesus. It's huge. One killer dead, but he managed to do quite a lot of damage. Oh, this Ravager is still up, 13 kills. The last defense, and there are still some tech point defenses. And this Ravager is still up. No, he died. And now this battleship also is almost dead. Should move this one back and this, well, these two forward. All going battleship spam, and now there is an air fight that is easily won by Aulex, seems like. Sorry. So definitely these two players neglected the middle island, and this one could have been taken by them. But this restore, this Broadsword has done the job. Of course everyone has tension now is focused down here. And still these tech 2 subs, well they I don't know if probably new tech 2 sub, but still they're doing enough amount of damage to pull this battleship back. And some of these torpedoes hitting the shore. Do something. It just built a monkey lord that completely destroyed this base. So Dracunium makes 60 mass income now. So yeah, a huge navy though. 2 battleship and 1 battle cruiser and 2 battle cruiser. That's a lot. If you micro them well, I see like 2 battle cruiser here. The summit here will be able to destroy everything. So let's gonna speed it up just a bit. And this battleship can fire even from a long distance. And they love where there are units clamped up like that. The bricks used as torpedoes. Nice. I think that their torpedoes is really useless. Should have just moved them back here, and he's afraid of these torpedoes, and now also this summit is plummeting there. And there are 2 battleships here not used. Should brought them to the front. Definitely Draculium team decided to invest way much more in Tech 3 Navy. And this seems like that is winning the game at the moment. Look at the amount of reclaim there. These are all Tech 2 units. Not really much firing going on at the moment. That's a really fast torpedo boat. torpedoes going. And this brick push, let's see where they're gonna go. Try to absorb some torpedo fire somehow. So there are only two Exodus there firing back, and Aulex decide to send his 3 battleship against this arm. That should not be a problem. And Aulex teleported. Aulex teleported up there, try to kill, try to do damage, I don't know. Or was it transport? Ah no, it's a support DCU. Ah, still doing damage. I thought, whoa, that was odd if he teleported there. This breaks force though. He's killing everything again. But Draculium is already dead. He can't produce that much more. His Masinka, well, his Masinka now was still decent, better than Badets. I don't know what happened to Badets. Probably long range fire from the battleship. Yeah, this long range fire is killing his base. They were like pigeons that have been killed. And then we have other battleships plummeting against Alpha base. Tech 3 production is gone. So this game, yeah, seems that they had it. They had an advantage in Navy that if they would have focused together here rather than moving half here and half here, where there was this Exodus moving back there, and that there was like also mass donations. Let's see the reclamation now from Draculium. 61,000. Baydets 20. Zalfa 30. And Doelium 45. So Draculium now has took the better of the reclaim, all this reclaim field here. So Tech 2 bomber against some commander, I don't know. It was probably Zalfa. Yeah, now this game is over, you know. So I think I just wanna leave it there. Hope you enjoyed this cast and have fun.